Hello, friend. Come in. Close your eyes, or keep them heavy. Tonight, we travel back. Way back to the golden sands and moonlit palaces of 1001 Arabian Nights, where ancient stories unfold softly beneath the stars. You might think you know the Arabian Nights. Princesses, magic carpets, wishes. Forget that. That is the Disney version. The real stories? They are darker, sharper. A bit like a Twilight Zone, but with more sand. Our storyteller is Shahrazad. She has a problem. If she does not tell a good story, the king cuts her head off in the morning. Talk about performance anxiety, right? So she starts with a story about animals, but it is really about human stupidity.
This is the second night of 1001, and the story begins right where we left it.
But before we dive into the dusty farmyards of the ancient East, let us make sure your body is ready to let go of today. Wherever you are right now, whether sitting up or lying down, just let yourself land. You don't have to do anything else today. You are exactly where you need to be. Let's start with your breath. Place one hand gently on your belly. Take a deep, slow breath in through your nose. Feel your belly push your hand outward like a balloon filling up. Don't force it. Just feel the expansion. Hold it for a brief, comfortable moment. And now, let it go out through your mouth with a soft sigh. Let your hand sink back down. Let's do that again. Deep breath into the belly. Feeling it rise, expanding from the inside out. And let it dissolve. Deep breath into the belly. Letting go of the day's noise. And let it dissolve. Deep breath into the belly. And let it dissolve. Deep breath into the belly. And let it dissolve. As your breath finds an easy, natural rhythm, let your awareness drift down to your limbs. Notice your legs. Feel the heavy sink of your heels. Give your toes a tiny wiggle, and then let them completely soften. Let your calves and thighs turn to lead. Heavy. Still. Now bring that softness up to your arms. Let your shoulders drop away from your ears. Feel the weight of your elbows, your wrists, and the palms of your hands. Your fingers might curl naturally. Let them. There is nothing to hold on to right now. Your limbs are heavy. Your breathing is deep and steady, right from the center of your belly. You are completely supported. Safe. Heavy. Let the warmth of this quiet moment wrap around you as we begin our story.
Chapter 1. The Merchant and His Secret. Now, you may recall that in our last tale, a clever donkey gave a rather unwise piece of advice to an ox, advice that backfired magnificently, as bad advice so often does. But there was something else that happened that night, something the merchant's wife noticed. Her husband, a good, quiet man who kept many things to himself, had laughed. Not a chuckle, not a polite smile, a deep, belly-shaking, eyes-watering laugh. And then he stopped and said nothing. Now, as any curious soul knows, there is nothing more maddening than half a laugh with no explanation. "Husband," said his wife, folding her hands with the patience of someone who had absolutely no patience, "why did you laugh?" The merchant shifted in his seat. "It was nothing, my dear." "It was clearly something." "It was truly nothing worth mentioning." She leaned closer. "Then it will take you no time at all to mention it." The merchant loved his wife. He truly did. But he carried a gift, or perhaps a curse, that he had never shared with anyone. From the day he was born, he could understand the language of animals. Every bark, every bleat, every whispered conversation between the chickens in the yard. He heard it all. And he had laughed, because he had just overheard his rooster and his dog having quite the conversation. But here was the problem. The gift came with a condition. If he ever revealed his secret to another living soul, he would die, just like that. Chapter 2. The Wife Who Would Not Let It Go. "I cannot tell you," said the merchant, gently but firmly. "If I tell you this secret, I will die." His wife stared at him. "You will die?" "Yes." A long pause. "How?" "I don't know precisely how, just die." She thought about this for a moment and then said, "Tell me anyway." Now, the merchant loved his wife very much, but he was beginning to understand something about love that many people learn the hard way. Love does not always mean a quiet life. "No," he said. "Yes," she said. "No." "Yes." This continued for some time. She wept, she pleaded, she reminded him of every kind thing she had ever done for him, several things she had only half done, and at least one thing she had done for someone else entirely, but felt was still relevant. The merchant began to wonder if perhaps dying quickly might actually be the more peaceful option. Days passed. She did not eat. She did not sleep. She sat by the window with the practiced sorrow of someone who knew they were being watched. The merchant, exhausted and full of love and somewhat at his wits' end, finally said, "Very well." She turned immediately, fully composed, not a single tear remaining. "I knew you'd come around," she said warmly. Chapter 3. The Rooster's Wisdom. The merchant went out into the courtyard to say his goodbyes to the world. He was not entirely sure how the dying would begin, but he felt it was best to be prepared. As he walked, he passed the hen house, and he heard his rooster crowing with great satisfaction to the dog. "Ah," crowed the rooster, scratching at the ground. "Another fine morning, another fine meal, another fine day." The dog sighed. "How are you so cheerful? Do you not know what is happening? Our master is about to reveal his secret to his wife and die. This household will be in chaos." Said the rooster, pecking at a grain. "Yes, I heard." "And you are not worried?" "Not in the slightest," said the rooster. "Why on earth not?" The rooster puffed up his chest. "Because," he said, with the serene confidence of someone who has never once doubted himself, "I have 50 wives, and every single one of them does exactly as I say." The dog stared. 50? 50. I simply... The rooster paused to demonstrate. "I look at them, like this." He tilted his head with imperial calm. "And they understand." "But our master has only one wife," said the dog. "Yes," said the rooster, "and that is his first mistake." The merchant had been listening from behind the courtyard wall.
and something shifted in him. He walked back inside. His wife was waiting, hands folded, eyes bright with anticipation. The merchant looked at her. He said nothing. He simply looked at her with quiet, calm certainty. Then he went and found a small switch from the garden, and he told her in no uncertain terms that the secret would remain a secret. His wife, confronted suddenly by a husband she did not quite recognize, a husband with a spine and a rooster's dignity, found that her curiosity had, rather suddenly, evaporated. "I was only asking," she said. "I know," he said kindly, and they said no more about it. Chapter 4. The lesson settles like sand. Now, the old storytellers who passed this tale down through centuries and deserts and firelit nights would say that the lesson here is about curiosity, about the danger of demanding what is not yours to know. But perhaps the deeper lesson is simply this: some things in life are not meant to be fully explained. Some laughter is private. Some joy belongs only to the one who felt it. And the wisest thing we can do for the people we love is trust that not every secret is a threat. The merchant returned to his life. His wife returned to hers. The rooster continued to manage his affairs with remarkable efficiency. And the donkey, somewhere nearby, was probably still working off his earlier mistakes. Chapter 5. Scheherazade pauses. And so Scheherazade paused in the king's chambers as the first grey light of dawn crept beneath the curtains. The king had not moved. He was listening. "Is that the end?" he asked quietly. "For tonight," said Scheherazade. Her voice was calm, unhurried. "And tomorrow?" "Tomorrow," she said, "there is another story. There is always another story." The king said nothing for a long moment, and then he let her live another day. Let the story settle around you now, like warm sand. You are safe. You are calm. There is nothing you need to do, nothing to figure out, nothing to explain. Just breathe. The next tale will be waiting for you. Sleep well.